Final update, wife was out getting laid part 3. This will be the final update on this sad situation. First off, thanks to everyone who weighed in. It's amazing the number of fellow firefighters and Leos I've heard from who are in similar situations. I took a few days of personal time away from the job in order to deal with all of this. The cheating wife and our daughter returned home late Sunday and my daughter immediately fled to her room and closed the door. My wife said something along the lines of "I guess you must be pretty mad at me," and I told her the truth. That I was numb. The anger would come later and it would be best if she was somewhere else for a while. My friend the deputy sheriff was there and said he would sit on the deck and be there if I needed him. I told the wife that I was recording this conversation to protect me and my rights as a husband and father and she said fine. I suspected at this point that she really seemed to think that she was going to talk her way out of it. What I didn't tell her was that I'd spent most of the last week talking with friends, my parents, my battalion chief at work, as well as a lawyer and a therapist. I've got a ton of leave and a supportive bunch of coworkers, and if I need to take months off to deal with this, I can. I just said that I was disappointed in her, but mostly I was angry that our daughter got caught in the crossfire of her bad behavior. That she had put our child at risk to get laid. She didn't admit or deny. But then her tone changed and she almost immediately started in on saying things like, "Remember the time we..." Trying to get me to remember good times. After about 3 of those mentions I told her the truth. I couldn't trust my memories because I had no idea what she might have been doing. When that didn't work, she went into the whole "I was lonely because you were working so much." I reminded her that we made a deal about how to pursue a future where we could retire early. I got so mad at this point that I pointed out to her that if she had behaved we could have retired when she was 48 or so, but that I wanted her to remember that promise because now she is going to have to work for herself. I'm not usually a vindictive person, but I like the idea of her having to work until she's 70 years old and being angry every time she gets dressed to go to a job that she hates. Side note. One of my work buddies who is also married, he and his family have vacationed with us a couple of times too, made this observation. Every time we've gone somewhere there has been a day or two where the wife has contrived an excuse to be apart from the family. So I played a hunch and said something like, "This wasn't the first time. This was just the first time you got caught." And she just hung her head and very quietly said yes. So I have that admission on tape.